Hey guys, welcome back. In this lecture, we will discuss about scopes again. However, we already discussed and implemented scopes when we worked on filtering all past and upcoming workshops. Okay. Now, in this lecture, we will work on scopes in a different way, as we already discussed that scopes can be implemented in two ways, with argument and without argument. Okay, stops without argument already discussed, and now in this lecture we will see how to implement scopes with an argument. But before implementing scopes with an argument, let me show you that what we worked last time when we write scopes without argument. Okay, so here you can see into the workshop model we filter the workshop based upon upcoming and past workshop. Okay, so here you can see I did not provided any argument here. I simply write a scope keyword and then the scope method name, and then implemented a lambda for query. Okay, so here you can see in this query section what I write, where start date greater than date dot today and end date less than date dot today. Okay, for past workshops and upcoming workshop. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to write scopes with argument in this lecture. Okay. Writing scopes with argument allow you to implement a query that will result in more specific criteria. Now let's discuss where we will do this. We will do this in refund model. I hope you remember that we defined a member action into the refund model. Okay. I hope you remember that we defined a member action into the refunds controller to display the acceptance or refund requested by customer. Okay, let me show you that refunds controller action. So you can see into the refunds controller we have a refund acceptance method. Okay, and make sure you are looking at the refunds controller that is outside the admin name scope. Okay, and this refund scholar with is a normal resource without any namespace. Okay, and in this action currently what we are displaying, you can see we are just displaying the booking details, that for what workshop the customer has created booking and how many tickets he has booked and how much amount he has paid and what was the booking date of the workshop. And after writing this scope with argument, what we will do here, we will display all the refund requested by the customer to show that whether the refunds are processed or not successfully. Okay. And to do this, we require the booking as argument because the customer can request for refund against a specific booking only. So let's start implementing our argumented scope. Okay. However, before writing that scope, I just wanted to remind you that I'm just taking the example of this specific case. I mean, for writing scope with argument for refund and booking is specific, but you can apply the same syntax and same concept for any of the scopes where you need to pass some argument in any of your active record model. You just need to alter your queries, or you just need to change the conditions on the basis you want to display the results to the user. Okay, so now let's open the refund model. Okay, and in refund model what we will do, first open the refund model. Okay, here you can see this is our refund model. We have to associate booking belongs to customer and belongs to booking. Okay, now let's write an argumented scope here. Okay, so what we know about the scope, that first we need to write a scope and then we need to define a method name. Okay, or the scope method name. Okay, so we can write like, let's say, accepted refunds for booking. Okay, and what we can do next here, that we need to provide the booking id as the argument. Okay, so let's write a argument booking id. Okay, and then we need to implement the lambda to implement query here. Okay, and what we can mention here, let's say where, and we all know that we have an state argument into the refunds model. So what we can do, where state. Okay, and accepted. Why? Because we are writing scores for displaying only accepted refunds. Okay, so what we can do here, accepted refunds for booking, then provide booking id as argument and where state accepted. Okay, and then you need to provide the booking id. Booking id. Okay, and then booking id, let's say whatever you accept in the argument. Okay, and now let's write the same scope for displaying all the successful refunds against that booking. Okay, so what we can do here, we just need to change this name accepted to successful refund for booking, and here what we need to do is state as success. Okay, and then rest everything will be same. So here you can see scope accepted refunds for booking and booking id. Okay, and then successful refunds for booking where state accepted and booking id is the booking id. Okay, now we need to call these scopes inside the refunds controller's refund acceptance method. Okay, so let's copy this name. Let's copy the accepted refunds for booking first. Okay, so what we can do here, we can do, let's say, at the rate accepted refunds equal to refund dot. Okay, accepted refunds for booking. Okay, and now what we need to provide the booking ID here. And we know that this is the member action, and we set a callback to get all the booking, workshop, and refund data for these actions: update, edit, and refund acceptance. Okay, so we are already getting the booking into this action, so we can use this booking. So we can provide at the rate booking dot ID. Okay, and now we need to implement the list display on the browser to show on the refund acceptance page. Okay, so just come to the app use refunds. Okay, and here you can see what we have: refund acceptance.html, and we can similarly implement a card element for the to display in the right side. Just to close all these divs and add a line break. And let's add a title here. Let's say class card title, and what we can add here, uh, display, sorry, different status for your booking. Now save this and refresh the browser. Okay, so when you refresh the browser, you will see that a card element has been implemented here, showing the title refund states for your booking. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to display all the accepted refunds first, and then we will display all the successful refunds. Okay, so we will implement this in list group element of bootstrap 5. Okay, so I let's just copy this list group class from here. Okay, so we will replace all these things. Just copy this ul and paste this into the refund acceptance.html.erb. Okay, this ul is implemented into the dashboard controllers index section into the admin namespace. Okay, and what we need to do here, we just need to replace this accepted refunds via this active refunds. Okay, and then we need to remove this link to refund booking because we are not displaying the any link to workshop here. Okay, and here you can see refund dot number of tickets and the amount to be refunded. Okay, and then just remove this and save it and refresh it, the browser. Okay, so you can see that only one refund which is in accepted state for this customer. Okay, so you can see 6 tickets and $12,000 to be refunded. Okay, and now since this is the accepted refund only, so we can add a label here that this needs to be processed. Okay, so what we can do here, let's say p class and then add lead, close this p tag, and here we can add an span class, page, and then bg primary, and close this span class. And what we can write here, refund is accepted, refund request accepted. And now when you refresh the browser, what you will see, refund request accepted. Okay, so our scope with argument works here. So you can see again what we did, that we just define an instance variable with accepted refunds, and then we created as then we call the accepted refunds for booking with booking id as argument on the refund model, and this is our refund model. You can see this is the scope that we write. Now what we need to do, we need to do the same thing for successful refunds for booking. Okay, to display whether the customer has any refund request that has been processed successfully. Okay, so just copy this and paste this into the refund acceptance method. Okay, and what we can do here, let's say successful refund, successful refunds, and then just paste it, provide the booking id here at the booking.id, and just invoke this on refund model. Refund dot, okay, so what you can see here, at the successful refunds equal to refund dot successful refunds for booking. Okay, and now we need to reflect this data on the refund acceptance page. Okay, so just copy these li, sorry, just copy this loop. Okay, and what we need to do, we need to display all the successful refund into the same list group ul element. Okay, just replace this accepted refunds with successful refunds. Okay, so just copy this name and paste it into the refund acceptance. Okay, and what we need to do here, we just need to replace some text here. Okay, so refund number of tickets. Okay, and to be processed refunded to, what we need to do here, has been refunded. Okay, why? Because these are successfully processed refunds. Okay, so what we need to display here, has been refunded, has been refunded. Okay, and what we need to display, what we need to change into the label, that refund processed successfully. So remove this refund request accepted and write refund processed successfully, and save this. Now when you refresh your browser, you will see all the refund process successfully, refund process successfully, and refund process successfully. So this customer has four refund requests against this booking, out of which one has been accepted, is in accepted state only, and three of them has been refunded successfully. Okay, so we can change the label of this badge for successful refunds, that badge bg primary, and what we can do here, let's say success, and save it, and you can see the text here, refund process successfully. Okay, since we do not have any refund request which is in which is in failed state so far, so what we can write here, that we can write another scope, because maybe in future, or in future we can implement a feature where admin can reject the refund as well. Okay, so refund request as well. So what we can do here, just copy this scope and paste it here, and what we can do, rejected refunds for booking. Okay, and you just need to change the state value here. You can write, let's say rejected. Okay, and then booking id. Okay, since we do not have any rejected refunds for now, so we are just not using anything here. Okay, and if you wish, what you can do into this, when the refund request has been rejected, you can just change the label of the background color of this label, and you can make it bg danger. Okay, and refund has been rejected. Okay, and no need to display any amount that why it is rejected and all that, because we will sending all that information into the email. Okay, so that's all from this lecture. What we learned in this lecture, that how to write scopes with some arguments. Okay, so here you can see into the refund model, this is the scope name, and then provide the argument. Okay, and then you need to write this. Okay. Similarly, you can write scopes with argument for any of your active record model in any project. Okay. You just need to change your condition based upon what you based upon your requirement, that how you want to filter your data from your queries. Okay. But the syntax will be similar, and the process will be similar to write the scopes with argument. Okay, so just follow, just watch this lecture completely, and you will get more better idea when you practice writing scopes with argument. Okay, so thanks for watching this, and let's meet into some another lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.